If you don't have one, you should set up a Roth IRA today. Today, I'm gonna show you how to invest to get free money. Seriously, it's free money. Now, if something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. In this case, the simple fact is, the US government wants you to be investing in your retirement, so they're gonna pay you to do it. If you have $100 a month to invest, here's the plan. 1, set up a Wealthfront Roth IRA account. 2, set up an automatic monthly $100 transfer to invest in that Roth IRA. That's it, there's no step 3. If you did just that starting at age 30, at age 65, you would have $357,000 in that account. That's not bad. Now, of course, there's always some important details, so let's dive into those. Now, this plan assumes that you have no debt. If you do have debt, look for my Should I Pay Off My Debt or Invest video, linked in the description below. So who's giving the free money? It's the US government. See, the government really wants you to invest in your retirement account. They don't want to be on the hook for a lot of older retired people who have no savings. Now, of course, bad luck, life happens. That's why there's Social Security. Social Security is where every month you pay a certain amount of your income to the government, and then when you retire and get older, the government pays you. If you just had a ton of bad luck and couldn't save anything for retirement, Social Security is there as a safety net. You could survive off just Social Security alone. However, Social Security only pays out around $27,000 to $46,000 a year, depending on when you file for retirement. So money would be tight. So the government really wants you to save your own money for retirement. So Uncle Sam gives out tax breaks for investing in tax-advantaged retirement accounts. If you contribute to a retirement account, you pay less taxes. Paying less taxes equals free money. The main ways the government encourages retirement savings is through tax-advantaged retirement accounts. Tax advantage means there's some sort of tax break when you put money in or take money out of this account. Retirement account means you can't touch it until you're 59.5 years old, aka close to retirement. Now, there are 2 main types of retirement accounts, 401ks and IRAs. Let's cover both of those. A 401k is a tax-advantaged retirement account provided by the company that you work for. Recent data says that about half of Americans have access to a 401k through their employer. The name 401k comes from a section of the Internal Revenue Service Code. When you sign up for a 401k, you agree to have part of your paycheck invested every single month into this account. The company that you work for can then choose to match it or not. So for example, if you put in $1 and the company matches it with $1, you now have $2 in your retirement account. And you might be thinking, why is the company giving away free money? There are 2 reasons. 1, it's just a perk. It helps retain and attract great talent. Just like the company's gonna pay money to give you snacks, they're gonna pay money to invest in your retirement account. Reason number 2 is the government also gives the company a tax break. When they match, they reduce their overall tax burden, aka free money for the company as well. The government really wants you to invest in a retirement account. Once the money's in the account owner, you, can decide where to put it. Usually you get to choose from a bunch of different mutual funds. Now you might be thinking, can I save all of my money and pay no taxes? No, the government doesn't want you to save all your money and pay no taxes. That's why there's a contribution limit on 401ks. In 2021, the contribution limit was $19,500. You can't put in more than that in a single year. 401ks are great, and you should definitely invest as much as you can if you have access to one. But a lot of people don't. For example, I don't have a 401k. That's where IRAs come in. IRAs are individual retirement accounts. Get it? IRA. Those are tax-advantaged retirement accounts that anyone can open and invest in. Similar to 401ks, the government gives you a tax break for doing so. Also similar to 401ks, you can't invest all your money and not pay any taxes. There's a contribution limit of $6,000 per year that you can put into an IRA. An important thing to know is there's multiple kinds of 401ks and IRAs. The main difference is when you get that free money, when you get that tax break. Let's talk about those. There's traditional and Roth. For traditional IRAs, you get your tax break now. Any money you contribute to the retirement account, you can deduct from the amount of taxes you pay. When you put money in, you get that tax break. When you take it out, you're taxed at whatever normal rate you're at in that time of your life. For Roth IRAs, you get the tax break when you take the money out. When you put money in a Roth IRA, you don't get a tax break now, but when you take it out, it's all tax-free. So the next logical question is, which type should I choose? The answer, of course, depends on your situation. And unfortunately, your situation can be slightly complicated. There's some generic advice out there saying that traditional IRAs are best for those who expect to be at the same or a lower tax bracket when they retire, and Roth IRAs are better for those who expect to be at the same or a higher tax bracket when they retire. However, that's like saying, if you know the future, here's what you should do. The future's hard to predict. So I did a bunch of research, read a bunch of articles, and what I'm suggesting to you is you should pick a Roth IRA. So there's 4 reasons why, but here's the biggest one.
This is editing Josh from the future, and I decided to put those 4 reasons in a different video because it was boring. It's important, but it just wasn't very exciting. So if you want to see those, check the link in the bio. If not, let's just recognize the fact that I did a ton of research and you should do a Roth IRA. Back to the video.
So the question is, which company to pick from? There's lots of companies that offer Roth IRAs. Similar to mutual funds and EFTs, you want one that has low or no fees. Now, I heartily recommend Wealthfront, and I'll tell you why. Retirement accounts are a little bit different than normal investing accounts. With The normal investing account, if you're young, for example, if the stock market tanks and your investment account loses, let's say 10 to 20% in one day, you're fine because you have decades to make that back up. But if you're close to retiring and your retirement account loses 10 to 20%, that'd be a huge hit to the amount of income you have during retirement. So as you get closer to your retirement age, you want to shift some of your investments from more risky investments that can grow and fall a lot faster to safer investments that don't grow as fast but also don't fall as fast. This can be a lot of work. In the old days, you paid a money manager or a financial advisor to do this for you. Nowadays, there's robo-advisors or companies that use computers to do a lot of this balancing for you. Their fees are a lot cheaper. Wealthfront is one of those. As you get older, they automatically move more and more of your investments into safer, more stable accounts, and you don't have to think about it. It's literally set it up and forget it. I love that. Wealthfront is well respected in the industry, it has great user experience, pretty good support. Overall, I highly recommend them. But the good news is if you don't like your Roth IRA provider, you can always transfer it to a different company, tax-free later if you decide. Let's recap. The government really wants you to save money for retirement. They're gonna give you tax breaks to do so. The best way to do that is a Roth IRA. I recommend Wealthfront, set it up, invest $100 a month automatically, forget about it. You can set up a Roth IRA and Wealthfront in like 5 minutes. If you don't have it already, you should do that today. Seriously.